The show you are about to listen to may contain themes of violence, occult activity, strong language, and other sensitive material. Viewer discretion is advised, as well as a trigger warning. We strive to tell stories in a truthful manner, but press, media, and other sources cannot be verified. Sources can be found in the show notes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I feel like every time we say hi, our highs are just like we panic once we start recording, and then we forget what the word hi is.
I mean, that's me in any social interaction ever.
Me too. I'm so bad at talking, but here we are.
I'm socially anxious.
Yes. Alas, my name is Bria,
I'm Tegan.
and welcome to Brain Soup.
With our 11th episode now.
11. We moving on up?
Moving on up.
Mm-hmm.
And we are talking about our first fan requested case.
Absolutely. It's so weird when we record like 3 in a day because like in the last one we recorded, we talked about like how life has been.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one we're like, okay, right to the case.
I mean, we can.
We can. I don't know. We've been chilling.
Just chilling.
We've been chilling. Like we've said, school's been crazy.
Very crazy. Finals are coming up within the
Yes.
next couple weeks, huh?
Yes. So
I think I'm like 2 weeks out. We
Really?
have finals the same week, don't we?
do we? Mine are like the week of December 6th.
Mine's the first week of December.
Okay.
So
around the same time.
I'm freaking out because I only have 2 more sessions. No, I have 1 more actual like in-class session
Really?
for my lab class before my final.
Oh my god. No. All my all my finals and stuff this semester have, or like my midterms were pretty easy because a few of my classes don't have like tests.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can you test like a documentary class?
You can't.
You could if you like want to be like a Steve or a Jerry.
we love them.
We do love them, but we were a little angsty. We were a little angsty.
Well, now we're not in their class.
Well, now we're not in there. Well, Jerry's my boss now,
Yeah, that's true.
and Steve just be chilling.
Steve be chilling.
Yeah. No, but I mean, all my classes have been relatively like, I think I'll have like 2 exams, and they're easy. One's film history, which we know I got down.
I could easily. I took that class my freshman year.
Yeah, which like, I don't even need to read the book, and I can be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. But I don't know. I think my exams are pretty easy, at least for this semester. Next semester, I have biology. Because that was what I was supposed to take the geology.
Mm-hmm.
But my advisor was like, no, take this. And I was like,
Do you know what biology?
I'm fine with biology.
Okay.
I don't mind it. But I'm like, I wanted to take that class you mentioned.
Right.
That one time. So.
I could have given you my notebook.
I know. It would have been so easy. No, but it's okay. I need to do my own work.
It's just notes. Well, you could always look off of my notes and then write your own notes.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. I think I'll be fine in biology. I think I'll be fine. As long as I don't... The one thing that gets me in biology... We're talking about biology. Welcome to our biology class. The one thing that would get me is when you're, like, doing, like, the stuff about the genes, you know?
I
like,
love learning about that stuff.
What is it? I don't even know. Just how the genes add up to make, like, certain hair colors or eye colors and stuff.
Oh, that's with, like, Punnett squares and stuff.
Yes, I cannot do a Punnett square. I used to F up those Punnett squares.
I love those.
Well, then you're going to have to help me with my Punnett squares.
Okay.
Because I used to mess them up really bad. Like, I don't think I ever done one right.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure Zach would be able to help a little bit, too.
Yeah, you guys will have to help me because that was not... But I liked, like, learning about, like, the evolution of a human and stuff and biology and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. Anywho.
You like your finals, and then I feel like I'm going to get screwed big time.
No, you're not. You're hard on yourself.
I'm very hard on myself.
We're our own worst critics, you know?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be that hard on yourself because you're going to do fine.
I'm kicking myself in the ass for having an 87 right now.
I know, it's hard, but, like, you gotta think. I don't know. It'll pick up. It'll be fine.
I'm trying to get a 4.0.
I know.
So
I
hard.
allow myself, because I try for that 4.0 too. The highest I've managed to get is like a 3.9 point, like 6.5, whatever the fuck, you know? But I allow myself a B a semester. If I get a B a semester, then I'm fine. Like, I got a B in speech. I got a B in math. So, you know, I'm fine. I thought I was gonna get a B this semester, but I'm picking it up. I'm picking up the paces. I'm running with it. But no, it'll be fine. And once you do like your exams will pick up your grade too. Like,
assuming
you don't get like a 60 on them, which I don't think you will.
I would hope not. It's the fact that I'm at a completely different school now.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to adjust.
I definitely can see why.
That's why my first semester at my first college, I had the majority of my grades as B's because I have a really hard time with transition.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I kind of felt the same way coming from high school to here, because were you a student that was fresh out of high school into college?
Yes.
Okay. So as a student that was fresh out of high school into college, especially we went to a community college first, I was a little lost. I was like, well, what? But then college here at the community college started feeling like high school. But maybe that's just like you getting used to it.
I think that's what it was.
Where it starts to feel like high school again.
Right.
But I don't know. But now I'm nervous because eventually I will be transferring to the school you go to currently. And for the same thing, which we've mentioned all the time. We mention it all the time that's how we met. And you'll always hear about how we met.
And we're doing the same major minor, I think.
Are we?
I think so.
I think mine changed after my DC trip.
Oh, really?
I think it might have. So I'm doing photojournalism.
So would you just do journalism?
Doing journalism with a minor in, like, criminal justice.
Oh. Because I'm doing communications major with an emphasis on media studies.
Okay.
And then a professional communications minor.
Okay. See, I don't know what the wording of mine would be, but because there's a niche when you're in journalism. You get your niche, your beat, what you like want to focus on. Like, you'll do a little bit of everything, but what do you want to focus on? And I want to focus on the crimes and the criminals and all.
I see.
Of course, I would want to focus on the crime stuff.
Maybe you could potentially double minor, honestly.
Maybe.
Because what the professional communications is
I love everything that has to do with camera, microphones, anything communications. I love. So
it's basically English mixed with communications.
Pretty much.
So I'm taking a technical editing and writing class next
semester. All those classes that you posted your class schedule, and those sounded like a blast.
The majority of those were for professional communications.
Okay. Yeah. See, I have to look up all the stuff, you know, because I don't know. I'm always switching my mind. I know I want to do something communication. I don't know what in the field, you know, I'm always flipping around with that because I do love generally every aspect of it, whether it be filmmaking, video making, recording audio, podcasting, taking pictures and writing captions, writing news articles. I love every aspect of it. But, you know, I'm always at the point where if I can do it, I don't care what I can do in the field as long as it's something in the field.
Exactly. That's where I'm at. And people always ask me, what do you want to do when you graduate? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because starting out, we kind of get put into doing a little bit of everything. In just the beginning and, you know, beginning audio and video classes, you're meant to do a little bit of everything, you know? And so that's why I've always done a little bit of everything, and that's why I love it all. That's how I was taught.
It's weird coming from my end anyway. I have 2 associate's degrees.
Yep.
And a certificate. So I did Associates of Arts first, and that's where a lot of my film stuff came in with Jerry. And then I got an Associates of Applied Science because I wanted to stay here another year so I could bowl. And that certificate just kind of went hand in hand with the applied science. So now I'm trying to get a bachelor's of applied science in communications.
Okay. See, I'm getting my associates of the arts, but I'm getting 2 certificates.
Right.
I'm getting the I always forget what the certificates are called. I don't know why. And I work down here. That's horrible. I'm getting it's just the mass communication one.
Yep.
I cannot remember what it's called. I feel so bad.
Is it the cross media production?
I don't think it's called that. It might have been called that at one point.
Because that's what I got my applied science degree in.
Okay. Maybe. Well, I'm getting that one and I'm getting the journalism.
Yeah.
So I'm getting 2. So I'll be here. I have at least 3 more semesters here.
Okay.
I met with my advisor and, that's what she said. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Because I'm not ready to go yet. And plus, this is my job. So once I leave here to go elsewhere, I have to go find a job too. Like, even if it's not in the field quite yet, like it could be in the field. But like, even if it's not, I have to go find another job. And I don't know. I'm not ready to find another job yet.
Yeah.
So, anywho.
I still have 3 semesters.
Okay, yeah, see. So you'll be, finishing up at it where you're at, and I'll be going to
assuming that I don't want to get my master's, which they have a master's in communications there.
That's too much for me. I barely even wanted to go for my bachelor's. Barely. Still barely want to go for my bachelor's.
It's not too bad.
I know. I don't know.
It just sucks taking all these prereqs, well, not even the prereqs, just the sciences for no reason.
Yeah.
If you're never going to use a science, then why take it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could have gone the arts route, but that would have meant that I would have to take 4 semesters of a foreign language.
Yeah.
I've already taken so many different foreign languages throughout my schooling journey, but they won't take them because not all of them were accomplished in high school.
I've never had to take a foreign language, so yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, never. Even in high school, because I could read sheet music.
Oh, I see.
So I've never had to take one, but I'd probably go the arts way, because science is not my favorite. Science stuff is not my favorite.
But they do offer sign language. Okay. So I don't know if you're interested in that.
I think I would be. I would definitely be interested in sign language.
Because that's what I took in high school, but they wouldn't take it because I didn't take 4 years of it.
Okay. No, I'd definitely be interested. I'd probably do sign language. I think speaking French or something would be cool too.
French is hard.
But French is pretty.
It is pretty.
But it's hard.
It's very hard. I took French and Spanish at the same time in middle school.
Couldn't be me. Where'd you go to? Oh, we can't say that on here. You'll have to tell me. Because I'm curious. I don't think we've ever had that conversation before. Okay. You'll have to tell me.
I will.
College things, people.
We love it.
Oh, not the wavelength starting to go. It's vibrated.
It was like that earlier, though.
It was.
When we were messaging each other.
Oh, yeah, because we were like, what pants are you wearing for our pictures? And I was like, I'm going to wear black ones. And she was like, I'm going to wear black pants. And we sent it at the same time. Black pants, black boots.
Can I tell them about my infamous quote that I said earlier?
Yes. Yes.
So, in the pictures, I'm wearing a, Christmas-themed sweater. And I put it in the dryer, and of course, when I take it out, it's still a little wrinkly. So I tell Bria that, because we were going to meet up at Walmart together. And I said, I'm going to put it in the wrinkling cycle one more time to get it out, and then we'll see where we're at. And I took it out of the wrinkling cycle, and it was still a little wrinkly, and I said to Bria, it's still a little wrinkly, but I said I am a little too, so.
I understand. We get it. I'm a mess. I can't even speak English today. The last one we recorded was a fiasco.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. I kept getting tongue-tied during it. And then losing my place in my notes. That's the worst. I need to put, more space. I need to double space my notes.
Yes.
So then it's easier to read and then make my words bigger.
Right.
Because I'm here, I was sitting with my one eye closed, reading it, because I don't know, I could see better that way.
That's how it works, honestly.
It is. I was reading it with one eye closed and
Typically, one of your eyes is better than the other one.
I think mine's definitely my left eye.
My left eye's weaker, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's definitely my left eye. Or maybe it's because on the left side I'm closer with my notes where I was holding them.
Might be.
But that's how I had to read them.
Are you nearsighted or farsighted?
I don't know. I haven't had my eyes checked in so freaking long.
I gotta get mine checked again.
I don't even know what that means, to be honest, but that's going to get us on a whole other tangent. We've been talking for 15 minutes.
I mean, it's okay.
It is okay. It's okay. We like bothering you guys.
We love it.
We do.
Shall we get started on this very, very sad case, I would say?
Yes, we shall. So I started the research on this
You started
case.
the research. I finished it off this morning. And I feel like I could have gone more into detail.
You probably could have.
But I feel like with the timeline that we are given and what I put at the end, I think that we could potentially do a part 2 if more comes out.
Okay.
But it is the Timmothy Pitzen case, which happened in Aurora area.
Yes. So I'm comfortable saying we're Illinois people.
Yeah. We're very Midwestern.
We're very Midwestern people. So this case has some very close connections to us in a way.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary to think about because we know where this area is. We know areas where this case pertains to. And it's like we could have been at this place at some time.
Yeah, past it, or anything. So that's all we're going to say on that.
Right. It's scary.
It is scary.
So, the Timmothy Pitzen case starts on, what was it? Well, Timmothy Pitzen was born in Aurora, Illinois on October 18th, 2004, and he was the only child of James Pitzen and Amy Joan Marie Fry-Pitzen. That's a name.
That is like 6 names.
I mean, granted, I have 2 middle names, so...
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I not know that?
I don't know.
I don't think I know your middle name.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
It's hyphenated.
Okay.
I think it's hyphenated. I don't even know.
Oh, God. I didn't know how to spell my middle name until like 2 years ago.
Oh, my God.
And my middle name's pretty basic. So.
Nice.
It's not like the basic one you're thinking of, but it's pretty basic.
Okay. So, on May 11th, 2011, Timothy's father dropped him off at his kindergarten class at Greenman Elementary School. His mother checked him out of class between 8:10 and 8:15 a.m., citing a non-existent family emergency, which is kind of odd. If the kid was just dropped off and then the mom...
I mean, that was what? Oh, it didn't give the time that it... But, I mean, you assume... 7 normally around 7 for elementary school stuff.
I was thinking like 7:30.
7:30-ish, yeah.
And then 45 minutes later,
the mom comes and, gets him.
It's weird.
It is really weird.
And she dropped her vehicle off at a repair shop about 10 a.m. An employee of the shop drove Amy and her son to the Brookfield Zoo, which I have been there. I was there recently.
I've never actually been there. Yeah.
Oh, my God. We're going.
We gotta go.
Can auto body shops bring you places?
I didn't know that. But my dad works on my car. I never have to take my car into a shop so I don't know. I feel like normally you have your ride. I've
you
been
would have to have a ride.
I've been a person's ride to pick up their car and but I don't know.
I would assume some places might do it under the covers, but I don't know. It just kind of seemed that in itself seemed odd to me. They returned and retrieved their vehicle at 3 p.m. and drove to the Key Lime Cove Resort in Gurnee, which is where they spent the night.
Yes.
On May 12th, 2011, the pair drew to Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, and were spotted on security footage in the checkout line at 10 a.m. the next day. And Timothy has not been seen since. Okay. So I know exactly where Kalahari is because it's on the way to my
Kalahari.
It's on the way to my family's cabin.
Kalahari is the best one of the places in Wisconsin Dells, in my opinion.
I've never actually been into Kalahari before.
Really?
I've always passed it.
It was my favorite one that I've been to there and Mount Olympus.
Okay.
And I most definitely, well, because they had little tigers and they had the baby animals, like they had real ones.
Right.
Like real ones. And I was like, oh, there's a little tiger. Yeah. So by far the best one. And I think I like water parks a little more than like roller coaster stuff.
Oh, for sure, for me.
Too. And the Kalahari is a big ass water park. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
All right. So we're going to start off with a little timeline.
Okay.
So on May 11th, Timothy's mother picked him up from school. And unbeknownst by his father, who arrived to pick him up later that day. So the dad didn't know that the mom picked him up.
Okay.
But I found something out later that might be a little bit more of a key into why.
Okay.
Amy had been having difficulties in her marriage. That's what I wanted to key in on, and was suffering from depression.
Okay.
And she had left before, but never with Timothy.
Okay.
So he might not have thought twice about it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird that she brought Timothy with this time around.
Yeah.
By the time Timothy's father made his first call to check up on him and his mother, they were already on their way to the Brookfield Zoo. From the zoo, Timothy and his mother headed to Kalahari Resort in Gurnee, a hotel and water park. And then the next day comes to where Amy and Timothy headed to the Wisconsin Dells, where Amy checked into the Kalahari Resort, stopping along the way to buy clothes, a toy car, and a craft kit at the convenience store, and to get gas and drinks off Interstate 94.
Okay.
James then called in a missing person report to the Aurora police, who immediately entered Timothy's name into the national database of missing children. Mm-hmm. Police did not issue an Amber Alert because Amy had yet to commit a crime, and Timothy was not believed to be in danger.
Okay.
So, where my brain kind of goes is I probably still would have done an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
It's a kid that was taken unbeknownst by
a parent. And they mentioned that she disappeared before, but this time
with Timothy,
with him.
Yeah,
and they were already having difficulties, and she was mental illness is a big player. So,
it's all red flags.
It is red flags. It is red flags.
And I wonder if James only called in a missing person report on Timothy, or if he did it on both Amy and Timothy. Okay. Because technically, both of them were missing.
Technically, but you gotta think, we don't know if, they had gotten in a fight before, the parents,
right,
and or anything like that. So, if they were fighting, hypothetically, if they were fighting beforehand and she threatens to leave, like if it's like the night before or something like that, she threatens to leave but doesn't leave, and then sneaks them away while Timothy's at school, supposed to be at school,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I would be like, my wife, she's unwell, and we were fighting last night and she took our son this morning. Mm-hmm. That's where you issue an Amber Alert, but then I didn't issue an Amber Alert. I don't know.
He was taken from school.
Yes, without the parent knowing. But we don't know what, that was all hypothetical, that scenario I just created. We don't know,
It's just odd.
It is very odd.
I don't know why they didn't file an Amber Alert at all. It is a missing child.
It is. But they didn't know if he was endangered or not, though.
That is true.
They didn't know if he was endangered or not. But still.
With the mother's history, you never know.
Yeah.
Anybody's mental illness can kick off at any point.
Literally.
And that is terrifying to think about.
It definitely is.
Especially with her depression. Mm-hmm. You never know.
You never know. That's crazy.
So on May 13th, which is the following day, surveillance video caught Amy and Timothy checking out of the Kalahari Resort. Timothy is seen holding his mother's hand and checking the child's backpack that she is carrying. He appears to be bored while waiting in line, which is normal for any kid.
He's a baby, yeah.
For police, it's the last images of the mother and son together. Within hours, Amy's trip would veer from coherence.
Okay.
Up until leaving the Kalahari Resort, the trip seems to have a purpose. through the cell phone calls, iPass records, and credit card receipts. I can't talk. Police have been able to confirm that on Wednesday and Thursday, May 11th and 12th, Amy mostly took him on the main roads, chose logical point-to-point routes, and made good time.
Okay.
Then, while driving south on Interstate 39 and west on Interstate 88 towards Sterling, she finally started calling family members, although not her husband.
Okay, so she's not wanting her husband
to
know at all.
No.
What's going on?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The conversation seemed normal. Family heard Timothy in the background, and at one point he got the phone. Police said nothing about those calls raised but any alarms. But that's where the trail turned cold.
Okay.
Amy drove about 170 miles towards Sterling along the Rock River, about 80 miles west of Aurora, then turned her cell phone off for the last time. Police were unable to confirm that she had any ties to the area. Surveillance cameras later caught Amy alone at a grocery store in Winnebago, west of Rockford, around 8 p.m.
I feel like it was, in a way to me, I feel like it was a bad idea for us to do this case. Because I want to talk about the case as if, like, yeah.
I mean, like we said, we know the area.
We know the area. And I know every area that we've talked about so far. So
that's what's scary.
The grocery store in Winnebago is Sullivan's.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I don't like this.
That all happened in one day.
All in one day? Oh, yeah. So, 2-hour drive from Kalahari.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but Sterling, I feel like that's
over 20
backwards.
That is backwards because it's 20 minutes around Dixon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she did backtrack.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is, like I said, it's weird.
It is weird.
Because she went all over the place.
Yeah. And from Winnebago to Aurora, that's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half. 2 hours.
But then from where kind of Kalahari is to Winnebago, that's also 2 hours, but the other way.
And Sterling's about 3 hours out.
Yeah. So she was all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next day, on May 14th, 2011, Amy was found dead in a hotel room at the Rockford Inn about 12:30 p.m., having slit her wrists. She left a note indicating Timothy was safe and she was sorry, and she had left him in the care of unnamed people, but no one would find him. Amy had a history of mental illness, as said before.
Mm-hmm.
Police found Amy's SUV in a parking lot and towed it back to Aurora to search for clues, including samples of dirt and growth investigators believe might have shown where the van traveled.
Okay. I have chills down my back.
I do too.
I feel sick. Oh my God.
It's awful.
It is really bad. So, indicating that Timothy was safe and that she was sorry. This was 12 years ago? No?
Almost
12 years ago? Okay.
So now he would be 18.
Yeah. Well, because 2004.
Because I was watching a video on it.
Yeah, I was born in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 20. 2004 is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But okay. I don't want to, because I don't know what else you have.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, my thought is, if Timothy was safe and alive, he was old enough to know who he was and, ask questions. And even growing up being like, yeah, I'm Timmothy Pitzen, and somebody is bound to know, unless...
A little bit, unless they changed his name or identity.
But still, a kid talks.
A kindergartner talks.
So, unless they kept him as, a recluse stuck in the house somewhere, these safe people, then what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what leads me to think that she did something with this baby.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's not alive. That's my 2 cents on that.
It's just, I'll get more into it later.
Yeah, that's why I said as of right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thought that's in my brain. But this is about where I left off about Rockford. That's where about I left off when I started my research on it. Originally, this was going to be my talking case.
Yeah.
But we flipped.
We did flip. Because, honestly, it was my person that found it.
It was your person that found it. So it was good that we flipped.
Mm-hmm. So, about 5 days later, on May 19th, more than 70 people spend the day fanning out in Sterling and Rock Falls area to search for Timothy, but come up with nothing. Police say Amy had made cell phone calls from that area before she was found dead.
Okay.
And that's all I have for that day.
Okay. Wow, that was like a short... Okay. Well, I mean, I guess she's not moving around now.
Mm-hmm. So we have little Timothy not knowing where he's at, and we have people looking for him actively.
Mm-hmm. And the mother is just in a body bag.
Mm.
So, okay.
On May 23rd, 2011, Aurora police confirmed that Timothy's child car seat, thought to have been missing from his mother's vehicle, was in his grandmother's possession.
Okay, so they must have made a stop by the grandmother's then, unless that...
They didn't put the car seat in.
They did it. Okay, so they were riding around
with...
So he's... No, because this
we don't even know if the kid had a car seat. Well, let's see. The grandmother took possession of the seat when she cared for the boy the week prior to Amy, leaving with Timothy. When the grandmother returned Timothy to his home, she apparently forgot to return the child's car seat.
Okay.
So maybe they had a backup car seat?
Maybe, but where's the backup car seat in all their driving and stuff if she had Timothy with her?
She might have given it to the unnamed family.
Okay. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Assuming that she had him in a car seat.
Okay.
Which a responsible parent would.
Yes.
But you never know.
But you never know.
So, about 2 weeks later, June 14th, a month-long search for Timothy appeared to have turned cold.
Okay.
As police acknowledged that there were no further along than the first days of the search. Investigators were still examining dirt from Amy's car and checking websites she visited the day before her suicide.
Okay. Do you have any information about the websites she visited before?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's really known.
Okay.
But, I know the first, how many hours before a kid is like?
It's the first 24.
I thought it was like the first 12.
Or is it the 48 or 12?
I thought there was one before, I think it was like 8 hours.
Okay.
That is like the crucial hours of making sure that a kid is still alive.
I think I'm thinking of those Dateline shows, the first 48 and the first.
Because I'm trying to think of
because I can hear it in my head like the 24 hours before when the child's been missing are the most crucial because
I know it's 48 for adults.
It's 48 for adults,
but with kids you never know.
Yeah.
So the police pretty much at this point lost all hope because that time has obviously been up.
It's been a month, yeah.
And then it looks like about 2 months later, Aurora police confirmed Timothy's blood has been found in Amy's SUV, although investigators said it could have been a result of a mere bloody nose.
Okay. Valid.
Kids get bloody noses.
That's valid, yes. That's very valid.
Kids get hurt all the time, even in cars.
Yeah. That's very valid.
So there's no telling on where that blood actually came from. It could have been from a while ago.
Yeah. And, I mean, by the way it sounds, it doesn't sound like a lot of blood.
No.
Either. So.
I feel for this baby.
I do feel for this baby. I don't like any case with any baby.
No.
It is rough.
See, I wanted to be a criminal investigator for, the longest time.
Yeah.
But I couldn't fathom having a kid's case.
No, I don't think I would either. I wanted to be a forensic scientist.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't think I would have been able to fathom that at all. Like, even just listening to the case, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
We talked about in our first episode kids and how we both have young children in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and now I have another one.
You do have another one. So, like, it's empathic.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. I feel like I definitely have, like, motherly.
I for sure do.
Intuitions and stuff.
It's bad.
So, like, it's definitely that. But I have a feeling that this baby is not with us anymore, just by
how it sounds. About 2 months later, or a little under 2 months later, police release surveillance video of Timothy and Amy at the Key Lime Cove Resort in Gurnee and at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells. So I don't know what's really seen in this, but
this is starting to really jump around.
Yeah. This is what I looked up a timeline of this case, and this is what I was given.
Okay.
So, you know, cases don't always get information constantly, especially with kids. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know why the police released the surveillance video so late.
Yeah.
Because you would think that they would do it earlier to get some type of identification on them in case something
anyone had information.
Right, because even at the grocery store, they would have seen.
I mean, they've been through what? Yeah, they've been through
a lot of places.
A bunch of different places.
So you would think that they would have done it sooner, but I guess not. So December 28th, police investigate reports that Timothy was sighted at a Denny's restaurant in North Aurora, but police after tracked down the car in which the boy was seen. It turns out the boy was not Timothy, but the son of the car's owner.
Oh.
So,
as
in, like, the car's owner, their son. Another tip earlier in the month also falsely claimed that the boy has been spotted in Massachusetts. Aurora police say that fielded dozens of possible sightings, all of which were false, and most of them were dismissed.
Massachusetts is a
far
place away from here in Illinois.
Yeah, and then we just covered Massachusetts in our last case.
We did cover Massachusetts in our last case, so watch that case.
Yes. And it looks like May 13th of 2013, so a whole 2 years later.
Exactly like 2 years from, that's like the 2-year anniversary.
So it says 2 years after Timothy disappeared, police say that they were still trying to tie evidence found in Amy's vehicle to specific locations in hopes of pinpointing where Timothy and she had traveled. Authorities said leads and sightings continued to trickle from across the country at a rate of about 5 a month, but nothing panned out.
Okay.
So they were traveling quite a bit.
They were. Okay.
So the next couple updates are basically the police showing a progress picture of what he would look like at that specific age to help get some type of look on how he would actually look. Mm-hmm. And April 3rd of 2019, a whole, 8 years later?
Okay.
8 years later.
Yeah.
A woman in Newport, Kentucky spotted a boy wandering alone. He told her he is Timmothy Pitzen from Illinois and had escaped from 2 white men built like bodybuilders who had been holding him for 7 years. The woman called 911 and the boy was taken to a hospital in Cincinnati. Okay. Authorities in the Cincinnati area contacted Aurora police, who sent 2 detectives to interview the boy and conduct a DNA test to confirm if the boy was Timothy. On April 3rd, the FBI said the boy is not Timothy.
Okay. Do we know who this boy actually is?
I don't know.
Okay, that's probably protected.
Mm-hmm.
Because depending on the age, that's like some orphan shit. Like the movie Orphan. Mm-hmm. Like, Because depending on Timothy would have been 2019. He would have been
8
in 2019.
Oh wait, no, 15.
15 or 16. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Yeah, he would have been 15. So this boy had to resemble like a 15-year-old, and he was probably a little older because he's looking up things, because this is Kentucky, and we literally live in the state where this case happened, and we knew nothing about it until we started researching it. So this kid must have been digging for like something like this.
It might have been on the news, or it might have been like when a kid goes missing, a lot of the time it goes nationwide or through the United States. I'm just
saying that it's crazy that I've never heard of this case before.
I haven't either. And
we live mere hours away from, literally hours away from where this stuff was going down. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this kid's in Kentucky. Like, yeah, I'm Timothy. What about it?
I mean, a kid could travel that far in that many years.
You're right.
But assuming that's the same person, it's very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
So, FBI Louisville, FBI Cincinnati, Aurora Police Department, Newport Police Department, Cincinnati Police Department, and Hamilton County Sheriff's Office have been conducting an investigation into an alleged missing person, the FBI said in the statement. DNA results have returned indicating that the person in question is not Timmothy Pitzen. So, this is where I start doing my own little... I saw an entire video of the aunt of Timothy.
Okay.
Who is speaking on the issue because, obviously, that's her nephew.
Okay.
And she wants Timothy and the dad to be reunited because the dad still hasn't gotten any closure.
Yeah. Has the dad spoke about anything?
Not really? That I really saw. Like I said, we could do a part 2 on this.
Yeah.
But this is where I do my little 2 cents of, what's it called? Research.
Yeah.
The aunt of Timothy, who is named Kara Jacobs, along with a lot of the family, still believes that he is alive.
Okay.
Kara is the sister of Amy, and Kara does not believe that Timothy was in any danger whatsoever.
Okay.
Amy and her husband were having issues in their marriage, and Kara says that her sister had a history of mental illness. And since she had this mental illness history, she believed that she would not win a custody battle had they gotten a divorce.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that is an actual...
It depends on if the history of mental illness is documented.
Okay.
So if she was diagnosed by a psychiatrist with her mental illness, then the father could use that in a custody battle.
Right. She didn't want to lose her son.
No.
And she knew she was having issues.
Yep.
And having the thought of Timothy would be unfathomable to her. Kara has not stopped looking for her nephew as she believes that he belongs with his father, which he does, even with him being 18.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 20 and you're...
I'm 22.
Yeah, and we both still live with our parents. Like, you know?
It took her 10 years to get enough courage to try to retrace her sister's steps to find her nephew. She even joined or came part with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and retraced her sister's steps. She stopped at each of her sister's stops along 500-mile route, and when she did, she had a light bulb went off in her head. Kara said that she believes that her sister traveled on I-88 West based on iPass and cell phone records. She also believes that she took exit 34 into Sterling, and this is where the phone calls occurred. After the phone calls, Amy turned the cell phone off and pitched it behind a grain storage building off a remote road in Mount Carroll.
Okay.
This is where Kara believes her sister made the decision and that the phone calls were a goodbye.
Okay.
Kara believes that this was planned, and she believes that Timothy was handed off to another family.
Okay. What the fuck?
It's messed up.
Yeah. Because there's in my head, I'm still at the same place with what I said earlier about kids talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say. Is I feel like at this point it's been however many years,
Mm-hmm.
almost 12 years. The kid is now an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something would have been said, maybe.
Unless there was a legal issue.
Unless there was a legal issue.
That's why I'm thinking it was such a legal battle
Yeah.
that we don't know what actually happened to this poor kid.
We don't. I mean, it's valid either way. He could be out there, but he also,
There's a high chance that he's not.
that is a high chance that he's not.
Mm-hmm.
We're not experts.
No.
We're just girls who like to talk about stuff, know. But I don't know,
It's just so wishy-washy
It is.
that her sister does believe that he is still alive.
Yeah.
But like you said, unless there was a legal issue, the kid probably would have talked at some point.
But what legal issue, though, to me?
I don't know.
Because none of this was legal, She
took
up and took the kid,
So she kidnapped her own son.
She pretty much did. Took him to all these fun, beautiful places. And then, she ends up dead, and then he's nowhere to be found. What legal issues are there to be,
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only if he was found or if he was spoken or said anything, the only thing that can happen is him being brought back to his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm talking about. But, like, in my head, something's not right.
With her taking him to 2 resorts in the matter of 2 days, along with going to get him a toy car and everything, I think she wanted to live her last moments with him and have them be positive.
And that sounds reasonable.
And she knew that she wasn't in a good place with her marriage. She wasn't happy at home. Who knows what was happening at home?
Yeah.
That she didn't want her son to see.
Honestly, that's true because we don't know what was happening at home. So, I don't know. It's hard not to speculate.
It's very hard because I grew up in a house of divorce.
Yes.
And no parent wants to see their kid feel like it was their fault.
Yes, exactly.
Even, like, I don't remember it really when I was younger, like kindergarten, but my brother saw a lot of what I didn't see.
Yeah.
And he has been, like, not telling me, like, blatantly what has happened, but he, like, sprinkles things in, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Of definitely. What happens behind closed doors.
Totally.
They were just, like, people grow out from each other, and that's what happened to my parents. And nobody wants their kid to see that.
Nobody. And that's understandable.
So it's just hard to know what actually happened to this kid.
It is. And, who knows if we ever will.
Right.
In, lifetimes, different people's lifetimes, I hope so.
I hope that the dad gets an answer.
I hope there's closure
at
the end of this all, but, with the way it's looking right now.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good. I mean, there's not even been, like, any DNA steps to what it sounds like from.
Minus the blood.
Minus that blood, but that blood, like they said, they had a reasonable explanation to where that blood came from. And so, and you can't tell with blood, you know. You can't.
It can come from a finger, it can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially with kids.
I don't know. Sickening. It's sickening, and it's sad.
Not in a good way.
Not in the.
Not sickening.
Not sickening, but sickening.
Sickening, like awful.
Yeah, like awful bad. And it happens so close to in these such familiar places,
right?
To us, which is a topic point for us because
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to take like a map and like trace it. That's what I wanted to do the entire time you were talking. Is I wanted to take because it just seems backwards.
It does with how she went.
Yes.
It's almost like she didn't want to be known where she was.
Yes. And I'm like, God, she's gone. And like, you know, you can't talk to her. I want to talk to her. Like, because, I mean, Aurora, Sterling, the Dells, Rockford, Winnebago. Like,
all completely.
It's like the closest two to each other are Winnebago and Rockford. But the other three are like boop, 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 boop.
Sterling's about an hour and 15 away from Rockford.
Aurora's like an hour and 30 and Wisconsin Dells is like two and a half hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she went in a completely different order.
Yeah. Because okay. I don't even know. I could go on just speculating. But I hate to speculate.
Right.
I feel like it's disrespectful in a way. So I'm gonna leave my 2 cents at that.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand what went through her head.
I don't know.
And the way like the areas that I don't know where the first place, the Key Cove or whatever.
Oh, and Gurney is.
I don't even know where Gurney is.
Gurney's. Do you know like Gurney Mills?
No.
It's like I think it's about an hour, unless I'm thinking of like Huntley. I feel like I get Huntley and Gurney mixed up. I just know both of them have malls.
Okay.
Like big outlet stores and stuff.
So she went from. Now I'm confused. Where'd she go? They went from Aurora, which is where they were, to the Brookfield Zoo, which is in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then from Chicago, they went to the Key Lime Resort.
Okay.
And then went to Wisconsin Dells.
I had it. I lost it. So, Gurney is bordering Waukegan and is considered a part of the Chicago metropolitan area.
Okay.
So, kind of closer near Chicago.
So that would make no.
It's kind of like where, like, I feel like it's where Naperville and stuff is but no, Waukegan. Where is Waukegan?
So where is this car shop at? I'm assuming in Aurora.
Gurney is right here, and that's North Chicago.
I don't think a car driver would drive them that far.
I don't know. But Aurora is like from downtown Chicago, Aurora is like 30 minutes, I think.
And then went from the resort, they went to the Dells, which we've already kind of established that time.
Yeah.
And then they went through Sterling after that, right?
Gurney. I'm looking at a map, which I'm so bad with maps, so I don't even know why I'm looking at a map.
Look near Dixon for Sterling.
Dixon. I found McHenry. Am I going the wrong way? Okay, no. Okay, so no, that's downwards. Aurora to Gurney seems like a little bit of a distance, not gonna lie to you.
That's why I was saying, I don't think that a car driver would bring them.
Yeah.
Or they went from Gurney to the zoo.
They went from Gurney to the zoo. Yeah, because here's Aurora. I can read upside. Aurora's right here. And Gurney is like in this area.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It doesn't.
Math, it doesn't add up.
I think she was trying to mask her tracks.
Maybe. Yeah, because then it's all a mess. It's all a mess.
With the way that she went about it, like, why would she go all those places in that order?
Yeah.
She kind of zigzagged around.
A bit. That's what I was thinking in my head. So that's why I wanted to see. I need a map of, like, where everything is. And I want to sit down one day and pencil it out.
Right.
Because I just want a visual. I want a visual and, like, of just, like, use a different color for each day and visualize it.
Right.
Because I just can't wrap my head around it. In my head, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
So.
Unless she was trying to throw people off, which is what I think she was doing. Because she blatantly took her son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without the father knowing.
Yeah. Totally. It's strange. Oh, gosh. I don't even know. I'm frustrated.
I am, too.
I'm frustrated right now because I'm just like, it's never. I could scream. Because I'm frustrated. Like I don't have the words to say about it because I don't know, because it's left at such a standstill, I think.
Right. That's what it is.
That's what I think it is. And that's why I don't have the words about it. Because it is at such a standstill and has been for
a
while now, and probably will be for another while.
That last little blurb that I had was from a video that was posted recently on his 18th birthday.
Okay.
As of the day after. So he posted it the day after his 18th birthday.
Okay.
So that was, I want to say, on the Chicago News.
Okay.
I could be mistaken, but that's about all we have for that case, at least.
I think it is. The frustration built up at the end. I think that is the end we have, because if we keep going, we're just going to keep going and trying to figure this out, and it's not going to work. Anywho.
Thank you for listening.
We have been us. And we'll see you when we see you guys. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.